Good morning, everybody. You already know me well, so I'm Henry. Just in case you haven't met me on YouTube, we have been conducting a live workshop. This is our third day in painting, fourth day overall. The first day actually we did calligraphy and seal engraving. Then we did landscape in free style. Particularly a contemporary style of after 福报史, we call it neo 福报史ism. And yesterday we did flower and birds, primarily in freestyle also. We call it 写意 or ideal writing. The word writing refers to the expression of energy in the strokes, right? And the mind image, to write, to express the image in your mind with bone strokes. So in Chinese painting, the principle is bone, the power of strokes. However, on the other side, we have an elaborated style called gong bi, G-O-N-G. B-I, B means brush, gong means fine or refined, elaborated. Elaborated style or fine line style is the opposite, not opposite, it's just different category of Chinese brush painting. So they could be very detailed, like this artist from my hometown, Yu Qigao. Let me just show you some. I just show you some impression. So basically, this style is very decorative. However, if you take a look at this right-hand side painting, you can see the bird is painted tediously, feather by feather, hair by hair. How do you say? Detailed, very detailed style. The trunk of the plum tree, you see, it's still kind of写意, a freehand style, with the technique that we introduced, the dropping water or dropping color. So today we're going to explore something in between this elaborated style and free style. It is called boneless style, but it is a translation of Chinese word Mogu. Mo has multiple meanings. You can also translate it as buried bone style. Buried means hidden bone or boneless. Basically, the bone is not visible. When the bone is not visible, let me try to find some examples. Maybe this I would consider more into that category. It's not an elaborated style, but let me show this cover first. This is considered boneless stroke because there's no outline. Outline you probably see is formed by the watermark, the stain of water formed the natural contour. Okay, this style is by early 20th century or late 19th, early 20th century artist. This style we already introduced yesterday, but we're going to be more restrictive in this style today. So I'm going to the principle of this boneless style is you don't use ink line to start with, so you can like direct, but you can have a underpainting or sketch to begin with, but it's not shown. It could be buried. You can have a very light pencil sketch and or charcoal sketch in the past, and then you can hide it. But it could be also freehand. This is a more freehand. I didn't have the one that you do it like a gombi or with an outline, and then you just fill in the color. That's called the boneless. But you can also do freehandly. So this is a very new contemporary artist named Shi Chao. It's very watercolorish. Like it's very spontaneous. Less emphasis on the ink, but more emphasis on the color of the use of water. Okay, interaction of raining water and ink, and the speed of painting. But notice the boneless painting still have strokes. So it's done in a calligraphic way. It's not done by little. You cannot repeat that much. When you start, you do the stroke in water or in ink. If in water, you add ink to it, drop ink into wet stroke, or you can rain if you do the ink, dark ink first, then you can drop water. If you do the water first, you can drop ink. But you use different tones of ink and water, wet ink, wet on the paper to create this kind of effect. That's called the boneless style. But it has a requirement. Only requirement is to do it on kind of mature Xuan or size Xuan. 手xuan, okay, in Chinese. The sized Xuan, sized paper, non-absorbent paper. Non-absorbent paper, because if you do it with lots of water, with a large brush, basically, the moisture will stay on surface of the sized paper, or you can use silk, like this. This is what we're going to do today. It's also sized silk, not raw silk. It's not absorbent. You can also, if you are very spontaneous kind of artist, you can also try to do it on the raw Xuan or the unsized Xuan. I think many art historians will consider Xu Wei as a boneless Sumi artist, because he paints directly and spontaneously. Like if we do this flag, reed flag, we can use this kind of style because it's more kind of soft approach without the ink line, but the light ink or watery strokes are still with bones, and it's all done on the unsized Xuan. The watermark form a natural outline of the strokes, so you don't need to add the bones. But here you can see there's still bones. But some painting without the vein on the leaves are considered boneless. But the point is, these strokes, if you do the monometry, has to be done in calligraphic way. Even without the lines, the stroke still has the hidden bone in it. So it's done in very fast speed with plenty of water, so it would create that kind of effect. You have to do it very fast on this kind of paper, right? Otherwise it will smear too much. But the beauty of this watermarks of red star Xuan will create this effect. we call it watermark line, white line around the stroke. But it's more difficult than do it on the sized Xuan of paper. You can manipulate it, you can blow it with a straw like we will do, and you can drop it into. You can lift it, if you make a mistake. But on this kind of paper, it's also boneless. Just to let you know the idea. But if you have that skill, you can do it either on the mature Xuan or the raw Xuan, the size or non-size. Okay.
It's fantastic.
So this is all considered basically one-time deal on the unsize Xuan. But on size Xuan, you can drop water in color to make it more interesting. Yeah. So basically you should have all the values and the tones of ink and water. If you have black, white, and everything in between, wet and dry, and everything complementary or opposite balance, you should have a good painting like that. So we have all the inspiration source here. I'm not going to paint a particular artist, but I try to explore some of the techniques and see what we can do.